What's up, community? For those who don't know, my name is Harry. I'm the director of the Urban Rebuilding Initiative, and I run a small program in the community called the Urban Community Food Project. Well, let me put this down. It's a bit more. So again, I run a program called the Urban Community Food Project. If you want to check that out, urbanbuildinginitiative.org. Continuing these videos. As I said in the other one, I'm going to do my best to make these more consistent. And I just want to start off. I'm just really doing these videos to kind of engage some things that's happening within the work that I'm doing, and just trying to engage the public, get more people to dialogue with me, and try to get some productive dialogue going between people, share some ideas. So again, my program is to provide communities impacted by incarceration and systemic poverty with resources like direct access to food and education, preserving and protecting things like self-determination, and communities' right to be productive. Lives 2015. I live in New York. Some say the Mecca of the world. We want to agree with them in some instances. And for a great deal, a lot of the world is gaining access to things like technology, information, the capability to communicate instantly with people in different countries. I mean, the rapid sharing of scientific to medical information and data among the world. I mean, it's really interesting the time that we live in today. But yet, while these advances are taking place, people living longer, advances in construction and sustainability and use in energy and how to produce amazing stuff, everything just short of easy space travel, galactic space travel. Like we're at that point, everything short of galactic space travel, and that's shortly on the horizon. But again, as all this is taking place, racism persists, particularly in the state and in the area that I live in here in America. Things like systemic disenfranchisement and bigotry, they still exist, and they're more prevalent than ever. Homelessness is larger than ever. As I talked about before, incarceration is really, really a big thing here. Violence in East Valley's on the rise, and it's just a bunch of crazy stuff. That's, again, you would think with all the advances and abilities that we have that wouldn't exist. And I say that specifically in the context and understanding that these problems didn't just start like a few years ago or a couple years ago, or not really a product of the advances that we got, but it's actually like a lot of the advances that we got and a lot of growth that's happened has been a byproduct of these systemic situations or long pinning issues that continue to not only grow and expand under the watch of us and previous generations, but as you know, technology, the need for resources, and the advances and all that stuff continue to take place. So it's always something that kind of is crazy, to think about. There are more nonprofits and social justice individuals and social safety net program and conscious people, at least in the area where I live. Yet, there are thousands, tens of thousands of children, food insecure, living in homeless shelters, racism, just as, simple thing as, applying for loans or trying to acquire, jobs, still proceeds. And again, this isn't something I'm trying to just keep complaining about or feel bewildered about, like how it's still there. It's just, again, I like to talk about it more as a way to kind of challenge like some of the facade reality in which we live in, where again, as I said earlier, interesting, like I said, it's a byproduct of these long pinning issues that continue to exist and expand within our society. Like if we look at it, like sometimes I look at it like the advances that happen in communication between scientists or medical people or like police, for instance, are happening because they want to do their job better. But when they talk about it, or when it's relayed or spoke about in a general sense with the entire public, it's spoke about as something as like for the public good or for the need of everybody, when yet it's not actually for the need of everybody, but it's counter to the need of everybody. And it makes a lot of things that they do, even with certain advances, and the way they do it actually causes more danger and harm to the general public and everybody collectively, and benefits only a few small groups of people. And I know there's a lot of stuff out there, and a lot of people have ideas about this, that, and the third. But again, talking big money, bitch. It's just like, personal responsibility, right? That's big within this thing, And sometimes it bewilders me, like if it's a small group of people who are personally responsible for the perpetuation of some of the same circumstances, they must be really powerful people. And don't get me wrong, I know these people are very, very powerful, and some of the groups that I may think are the orchestrators of this, I know are very, very powerful, but they're still a small group of people. Not even all of them together could run it's not enough of them to make everything happen. You know what I'm saying? So again, personal responsibility is a big issue, and I think sometimes isn't talked about. as much as sometimes the issue itself is talked about, or placing blame on some other person or entity. I mean, you can't really blame anybody first until you take responsibility for the circumstance that you're in and acknowledge it that it exists, right? Like I can't say that somebody's doing something bad to me until I acknowledge that I'm being mistreated and take responsibility in changing that situation. So, I don't know. But again, I wanted to keep getting at these videos and just make these things more consistent. I'm gonna end this here, but I just think that was something interesting that came across my mind, and that continues to come across my mind quite often. And again, it's just a long process, and it thinks out, and there's a lot to think about when thinking of topics like that. But again, it's like we live in an era, it's very mystic in its ways, and it's crazy. I get some MacBook and shit here, and lights and public infrastructure. It's not like it was, 300, 200, 400 years ago. And humanity's not, I guess, I'm going to end this here, but if anybody, finds this interesting and watches this video, let me know what you think about what I've just said, and let's dialogue. Those interested, again, we're doing our programming, interesting update here in the supply space. Got some seeds ready coming up. Did some planting, so we're gonna have food coming real shortly for the people. And again, man, it's just in talking about personal responsibility and some of the things that continue to pre-exist in this world. There's hunger, miseducation, and lack of education, and employment. Unemployment continues to persist, and healthy and unhealthy decisions continue to be available to all. And I'm taking personal responsibility and trying to create some healthy decisions, not only for myself but for others in the community. And I'm gonna see how that goes. So we'll have some food, and again, let's open up the dialogue, and I'm gonna keep these videos going. And again, folks, please check out some of the updates and the work that we got going on, urbanrebuildinginitiative.org. And thank you if you watch this dialogue. Let's dialogue back and forth. Let's keep it going. Take it easy.